Let's call it personal development. You can't measure personal development, can you? It's an amorphous. It's just smoke. But see, if I punched most of you guys in the stomach, you'd pass out. I mean, literally, pass out. I mean, you are who you hang around with. I mean, and you hang around with wusses, you become a wuss. And I happen to hang around with a lot of tough guys. And plus my dad was a super tough alpha male. But all my dad's buddies were war hero guys, just like your grandparents used to be. So the stuff that I saw growing up is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I mean, that's what you do. And here I am, 65 years later. I tell the young kids, join the military. Join the military. Even the wussy military now is better than the wussy life that you're leading. I have a great saying, a motto: don't waste time on things you can't change. Never. They're past that. Okay? So don't waste time on things you can't change. But I mean, there are you know, tough guys. I don't like the term tough so much, but reading some of the pods that I see, for example, some of the guys that listen to podcasts, on Halloween there's going to be a 50% sale, 50% everything I sell on my site. Well, what was it worth the day before Halloween? If they're giving you a 50% discount today, what was it worth the day before? But somehow you don't recognize that. And most of the stuff that's sold via the net is crap, vis-a-vis personal wealth building. Now, I forgot my prop that I have a book. Normally it says Success, the book that Napoleon Hill wrote first before Think and Go Rich. There's a book on success, rules of success, when he was, Andrew Carnegie hired him to write Think and Go Rich. Well, that book was on success, was the first book. Now, success can be measured. Push-ups, grades, how fast are you, how much money you make, right? And so Napoleon Hill, who was bankrupt at the time, back in the 50s, was approached by a man named W. Clement Stone. W. Clement Stone was an insurance guy who founded a company called Combined Insurance, a very wealthy guy. He's big into motivation, positive mental attitude. And so he wanted to come up with a new gimmick to motivate all his salesmen. So he hired Napoleon Hill. We got to come up with a new scam. And so they came up, well, we've got these rules of success. And Mr. Stone said, success is too easily measured. Let's call it something else. And so they pondered. Let's call it development. Let's call it personal development. You can't measure personal development, can you? It's an amorphous. It's just smoke. And that's how the personal development industry was born in the late 50s on a insurance scam. Now, nobody on the planet is talking about that. But if you Google hard enough, you can find it back on page 40. But that's how personal development was born. And now look at all the gurus we have for personal development. It's all, and you can't measure it. And they've always got something else to sell you. They've always got something else to sell you.
One more time, how many hands work somewhere but want to do their own thing? Raise your hands. More than half this audience. Meanwhile, let me tell you why most of the hands that just went up will never get there. They buy dumb shit. Do you know how many people here literally drive cars to impress people that they fucking hate? People literally going in debt or getting further from leaving the job they don't like to do something that will make them happy because they have to buy a certain car that has a logo that impresses people that they despise. Do you understand how up that is? Do you know how many people here live in homes where they don't use more than half the rooms in the house? Like, we are so fundamentally in a vortex that makes no sense that I am unbelievably passionate understanding how much money you make and what you can do to get off of it. But the problem is, again, people are doing so many things to keep up with the Joneses, to make it look like they're successful, to appease their parents, and a million other things that have nothing to do with themselves. And we need to change that game. And thank you. And the internet is the most likely thing. The internet is a place where you can make $54,000 a year just talking about peanut butter. This is important, guys. This is super duper important what I'm talking about. The internet, unlike the real world, is a place where the long tail gets rewarded. The long tail. The reason I'm on this ridiculous to many people garage sale hustle thing is because the quickest way, by the way, because I knew I was gonna be here, do you know how crazy it is, especially in a market like this where eBay, because Amazon wasn't here, is even more mature and ahead? Do you understand how crazy it is that if you went to the clearance aisles of your 5 biggest retailers in Australia, bought things on clearance, went home, relisted it, and posted on eBay, that the far majority of this audience could make between $50,000 to $100,000 a year just on doing that for 9 to 10 hours a day? Meanwhile, everybody's sitting here with the next big app that's gonna be the next Uber for lawnmowers. The thing that has made me successful far more than my passion or my energy is my disproportionate practicality. Most people want to look the part of an entrepreneur that came up with the next Supreme or Adidas brand or the next Uber or Facebook, yet are $40,000 in debt, working a job that they hate, and literally, if they went to the 5 discount stores that dominate this market, buy things on clearance, go home, take a picture with their phone, and upload to eBay, and then when people buy it, go to the post office and ship it, they would be able to get out of debt and get into a financial place. But people don't want to do that because they don't want to be judged for that being their hustle. Most people in this room and this world would rather lose looking like they're doing something successful than win and be judged for doing something that seems dorky. It's facts. And that leads me to the thing that I matter the most, which is why you are living your life based on other people's opinions.